You want to find that drive and focus that has you locked in and on fire every single day? My book, The Mirror Motivation, will do it for you. I bought a copy for you. You take care of the shipping. The book is free. Click the link down there. I got you.
DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Let's talk momentum. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced what I've experienced, but sometimes in life, it can be in the middle of the day. It can be a period of weeks, months, hopefully not too long, but when nothing's really popping off for you, things, whatever is important to you, things aren't really working the way that you want them to. And obviously you recognize this because you're thinking about it, and nothing that you tried has really worked. And you might get to the point where your energy goes down, your activity goes down. You stop really trying that hard to do the thing, whatever that thing is. And you know what happens from there? I mean, the law of inertia comes into effect, and because you're not doing anything, because you're not supplying any more energy, trying any more, anything that you're doing, what happens? You just get more nothingness. The period of nothing popping off just gets longer and longer and longer. It just gets extended, and the situation just gets worse because time is going on, and we know that the most valuable resource we have is time. What I've found, and any of you can tell me if this has ever happened to you, what I found the best antidote to this situation is you have to learn how at times, actually before I get to that, the best antidote is when you just decide, I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to change the energy here. I'm going to try something I haven't tried before. I'm going to throw out the plan that hasn't been working and try a new plan. I'm going to go about this in a completely different way. Or maybe I'm going to do the thing that I've been doing, and I'm going to bring a whole new energy to that situation. And usually when that happens, usually if I do something like that, and I know people who have done stuff like that, usually what happens is we start to get some kind of different result. It might not be the exact thing that you're after. It might not be like the sky's parting and a pot of gold falls in your lap, but you start to get different results. You start to come up with some new ideas. You start to see other angles and other possibilities for how you can get that thing done. And the point is, in life, there are going to be many times where you're going to have to create your own energy. There are going to be times when things are not popping off the way that you want them to pop off. Your phone's not ringing, your inbox is not lighting up, your text messages, ain't no text messages coming in, you don't have any notifications because nobody's coming to you. The opportunities or the business or the whatever you're after is not coming your way, but you're going to need to do something to get that energy going. If the energy's not there, you're the one who has to supply it. And the thing is, in life, you're going to be a leader, you're going to be an initiator, you're going to be a person who gets fires started. This is the main skill that you bring to the table. The main skill you bring is not that you're smarter than other people or that you have the more connections or you got a longer resume or more experience, even though all those things are valuable. The most valuable thing that any person who's a leader of a group has is that that's the person who brings the energy. That's the person who gets everybody else excited. That's the person who, when nothing's working for the team, their energy, their presence, the way that they're approaching the work or the task or the project or whatever's going on, or if nothing's going on, the way that that person approaches things is what gets everybody else excited and saying, oh, you know what, maybe this will work. Maybe we can make this happen. Maybe this is going to turn out the way that we want it to turn out. You got to be that person. Any team that you see that is a successful team, number one, I guarantee you that there have been times when that team was not succeeding and things were not working for that team, and a bunch of people who are on that team were looking around like, man, maybe this ain't going to go too well. I might need to join a different team, or this team might collapse, or this company might go out of business, or this project is not going to turn out the way that we expected. I guarantee you there were people on the team who were thinking that. But I also guarantee you this, since we're talking about a successful team, there was at least one person on that team who, even when things were not looking too good at all, things might even be looking bad, not even in the average, but looking really bad, there was at least one person on that team who said, we're going to turn this around. We're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to make this work. It's not working right now, and I may not be 100% sure how it's going to work, but this is the leader thinking or speaking out loud, I'm going to bring the energy that's going to turn this thing around. I'm going to bring the energy that's going to lead to me exploring some new ideas, brainstorming some new ways to go about this, finding the person, the place, the thing, the resource, the whatever, the money, the ideas, the information that can help change this situation and make it start working the way that we need it to work. I guarantee you every successful team has been down and they've had at least one person who was thinking that way. That's the only way anything gets turned around in life. If you think about your own life again, a situation that's not working never just is going to just start working just because you sit there feeling bad about it, slumped in your chair, doing nothing, not doing anything to take initiative and try to change the situation. If a situation is not working, you do nothing, usually it just gets worse, or it just stays being nothing, and eventually you might just quit and that whole situation's over and nobody ever brings it up again. That's usually what happens if you don't bring energy. Actually, that's what happens every time you don't bring energy to a situation that's not working. The only way it's going to turn around is somebody has to bring that energy, bring that momentum, or create that momentum, create their own momentum, take the initiative to get that momentum going. And you might have to try 2, 3, 10 different things before that momentum starts working, but that's what being a leader is all about. That's the role of the leader. That's the task of the leader, and that's why the leader has to do a little bit more work than everybody else. The leader is a little bit more is expected of the leader than everyone else. So what can you do with this idea, with this information? Especially if you're just, you know what you can do if you're part of a team. I just told you. What if it's just you? What if you're not part of a team? What if you don't have employees, you don't have a staff working for you, you don't have anybody following you, you're not a leader of other people right now, it's just you right now? Well, here's the thing. Malcolm X said in his autobiography, Charles, what was the guy's name? I can't even remember the damn. Alec Taylor did most of the writing, but Malcolm X dictated this autobiography. He said, in every organization, there must be a boss. Even if it's just you by yourself, that means you're an organization of one, and you need to be the boss of yourself, which means if you're listening to this and it's just you, you don't have anyone following you, you're the leader by default. Which means if you're going to get somewhere in your life, if you're going to create some new energy, if you're going to make stuff start working that has not been working, and I guarantee you there will be points in your life when things are not working. I don't care how great they may be now, there will come a point where things aren't working. If you're going to be the person that turns that around and keeps that energy going, you got to be the one who supplies it. You got to be the one who creates your own momentum out of absolutely nothing. There's not anybody helping you out. You don't have any extra resources from the outside. You don't have any really good reasons to even believe that things are going to work out, at least when you first get started. You don't have any good reason to say, I'm doing this because, look at this is going to work. You have nothing. The leader is the person who creates something out of nothing. Energy-wise, you start with the energy. It starts with an idea, then it goes to energy, then you start to get the tangible stuff. If you got something tangible that shows you're going to be successful, and then you bring energy, well, that's not that hard of a task. If anybody who's listening to this, if I told you, if you do this, this, and this, you're going to get all this success in 3 months or 3 days or 3 hours, it's not that hard to motivate somebody when they know something's going to work. It's when you have no idea if it's going to work and you bring that energy anyway, that's what makes you a leader, because so few people are willing or able or even capable of doing that. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.